So this is just
This meeting is being recorded.
This is just some help on how to take the ELA PT or performance task essay part of the state test. I'm going to share my screen and show you the practice test. So here is a version of a practice test, and it starts out with some student directions, task, a person with disability. Oh, actually, this is funny because this one is actually already the second. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, so here we go. This says task, opinion, performance task. You found 3 articles about service answer. You've reviewed them. It says in part 1, you're going to do this. In part 2, you're going to write an opinion paper. So it starts out with the research questions, review the research sources, make some notes. Here's your sources. Then it asks you to click these boxes, and you have to answer this part before you can go to the second part. So then once I've answered this part, I go up to the top and it says save, which you should click often. And then it says next, and it says you are leaving the current segment. Are you sure you want to do this? You will not be able to change answers once you leave this segment. Yes, you want to leave that segment. Now you're in part 2, and the difference is now it tells you your assignment, which it should say that. It reminds you what a opinion paper is about, and it gives you this big box to type in. So there should be a part 1 and a part 2 of your test. I can take specific questions now. Mila, go ahead.
Yeah, that's not what showed up on my thing. I answered both questions. I explained why water is important from using points from both articles, and I went to the next.
No, don't say the ends. Don't say the prompt or.
Oh yeah, so you're not supposed to tell us what you're writing about. Sorry, I told Madi. So just so that other people can't, we're not supposed to talk about the content of the test. Anyway, then you went to the next, and what did it say?
It didn't say anything. It told me I was finished with the quiz. It said you're done. You can look at like your answer for like the last question, but it didn't tell me my prompt or anything.
And it didn't talk about part 1 and part 2 at all?
It told me that there was a part 1 and part 2, but there wasn't a second part on the next page.
I also had that.
Okay, and what happened, Amadi? Then did you do it again?
So I also had that happen, and I was confused because that was the same screen that shows up at the end of the last.
So how did you get to the prompt then, Amadi? How did you get
so after that I reviewed my question. I went to the next one. And then it gave me my prompt.
So you did say next again, and then it finally did it?
Yeah.
So I would suggest using the next button again, Mila, and see what happens. You must answer all questions. So he said he had to use the next button again.
I did click the next button.
More than once?
There's a next button at the top.
Yeah.
Was I supposed to click that multiple times?
Well, it sounded like when you clicked it again for Amadi, that worked. I really, my problem is that I can't.
When I went to it, the like next button, it grayed out because I was on the last page, so I couldn't click it again.
Let me ask you this. Does yours have a red button that says end test like this?
Yes.
Do not click that.
I didn't click that.
So I think you must be on the second part of it already. Does it look like this with the writing area? And does it have like an assignment? Part 2, your assignment?
No, I'm not on the second part. It's not showing any of that.
Well, hopefully when you log in this afternoon, it will. I don't know what to tell you. I can't look at your screen. I'm not allowed to. And so you can go to up here in the corner. There should be some tutorial. If you click on that, it might help you. For this part, type yours in the space provided. First, read and follow the instructions on the screen. So if you go to your tutorial up there, it might help if you click on this part and go to the tutorial. Okay?
Okay, but what do I do if I actually can't get to my prompt? Then what?
I don't know what to tell you, but I'll tell you what, don't push that submit, the end test. Don't push the end test You haven't pushed that yet, right?
No.
Okay, don't push end test, and if I have to, I'll contact our testing coordinator.